What's up, TF? I don't like what they did with Lady Gaga and Sabrina Carpenter in Fortnite. Sabrina's over here looking like a frickin' girl from the Barbie movie, and then you got Lady Gaga looking like a frickin' heavy metal emo breakdancer or something stupid like that. I responded to your comment, by the way, and the vote on your Discord. Don't worry, I'm not going to be like this the whole time. I'm just dealing with an infected wisdom tooth that in a month I'm going to have to go to the dentist and, deal with that. And then he's going to help give me something for it. And then I got to get referred to an oral surgeon and have this and this other top one removed. Possibly more if some of my other teeth are too bad to be able to frickin' deal with. One's very close with a frickin' growing cavity, so unless he's able to fix it with enamel filling, who the frick knows? The pain flares up every now and again, which is why I currently have an ice pack. I'm okay. It's just the pain's a little bit bothersome right now. I wouldn't be doing the stream if I wasn't fully okay. And I'm pushing myself to make this, no matter if, unless I was like that hurt. If this truly freaking hurt me. Yeah. Whenever I had the flu at the beginning of February, I took time off from working on videos, but I still uploaded and just didn't like stream or anything. But yeah, I'm not gonna let a freaking infected tooth stop me. The pain's not all the time, it just flares up every now and again. Like it flared up this morning when I had to go to work early. Had a semi-stressful day, 11 to 2. Whenever that time approached. And then got home and then the pain shot up. It always shoots up around this time. Sometimes I'm lucky for it not to shoot up at all, but recently it's been getting semi worse. Which is why I still got to bear through it for a month. And then I'll have stuff to help me with the infection, but I still got to wait about half a month for an oral surgeon. And then hopefully I'll never have to worry about this kind of stuff ever again. Because I'll have them both taken out of my mouth. Because this one's very close. This other top one's getting really close. Yeah, my teeth for the most part are fine. But for the past year, this top one, right before 2024, chipped, and then over time it got worse. Kept chipping over and over again, and then the beginning of this year, I realized that it was, getting infected, and I'm like, no, something needs to be taken care of. But like, it's whenever it started to flare up with pain that I realized, yeah, we need this taken care of. So about like a month ago or something, my dad was able to get me an appointment. So The pain's starting to go down. That's why I was like, I'm not waiting until the pain stops to stream. If I have to hold an ice pack at least just for a little bit every now and again, I will. The pain's more or less, it goes on and off. I got the Rock shirt recently. You guys won't be able to read it. But it basically says, know your role, shut your mouth. And it's a Rock shirt from the WWE because it's one of his main catchphrases. I just announced the discussion and gaming stream is on, and instead of opening with Minecraft this stream, I'm opening with Fortnite. So I'm going to switch between Fortnite and Minecraft. Good news also. I'm finally, after 8 years, almost 10 years, I'm finally almost done with my Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, maxing out. It's about like up to 10 almost creative characters that you can create on Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and then I'm almost done maxing them out because it took 8 years for them to up the level cap of level 99 up to, at this point, level 160. And the game's been getting DLC ever since it came out. So they've literally been continuing and profiting off of it just out of DLC. But I'm almost finally done with that, which means I'm going to slowly go down the roster of completing and maxing out every other one of my games. And then Fortnite and Minecraft are next. I'm going to be spending way more time on Fortnite and Minecraft, and then I'm going to start buying more and more games, which means you're going to see me on here a lot more often. I'm playing as Negan for the first game, because, I mean, I played as him for the first game last time. Okay, the pain's more or less stopped for now, but I'm gonna try and keep the ice pack, like, at least somewhat in close proximity to me. Also, when I'm done with the stream and do, like, the next vote and the picture and all that stuff, I also want to mention I started last night around 7 p.m. I'm doing one final filter through my entire Google Doc of ideas. Meaning that after I check all 1,900 of my ideas in my doc, whatever is on my doc afterwards, and I make the announcement about it, is staying on the doc unless I get new ideas on it. So by the time I'm all done, you could be looking at just having like 1,500 ideas. I plan to like really go in. And that's getting rid of ideas that were too silly, not thought about clearly enough. Now that I think about them, aren't, living up to the hype that they did, or just generally need to be filtered properly. Because granted, I'm going to say this right now, for those who did not get my announcement, I put an announcement out there for July 18th, and I'm not going to say what it's for yet. All I'm going to tell you is that July 18th is going to be a big day. Like, it's going to define what I'm talking about making 2025 a big year. Now, for those of you who can guess it or more or less think about it and guess it, then maybe you can already know why it's going to be a big day. But I'm not going to reveal anything yet. All I'm going to tell you is that when it hits, I'm basically going to... It's not only going to be one of the biggest days and moments on the channel, which I might make something on or make something slightly after, but I'm also going to switch through doing... from not only just doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday uploads, but daily uploads. I'm literally going to it's going to be from Monday, Wednesday, and Friday uploads to daily uploads, like Sunday through Friday. And then Saturdays obviously are going to be the stream. I'm not going to stop doing that. But to upload and do a stream on the same day doesn't really feel right. So those, I'm going to specifically save Saturdays for streaming days. And I made several votes in the past, like, hey, do you guys think that I should switch to daily uploads or remain Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? I think the general idea of doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday was to give me some kind of unique system because of like real life stuff. But honestly, now that I've saved over 2,000 plus ideas, well, I did save 2,000 ideas. Now it's obviously went down because, like I said, I'm trying to filter. Now that I've done that, I realize that if I really, before I retire in, 30 plus years, something like that, to ensure that those ideas, especially the one-parters, get done, which I guarantee you will get done. It could take way less than 30 years. This is just like, call it an extra precaution and a way to really show that I'm trying to really build something this year. So that's why I'm going to, on that day, switch to daily uploads. Now that I've, thought about it more, now that I've done a lot more with my channel since the last time I made that poll. And I just think that it's the right thing to do, honestly. So you're going to, every time I go to any dentist-related appointment, I just close my eyes and pretend. So you're going to go through it and see if there are some that you can mix in with others, or just in general remove. Yes, precisely. Birthday is in July. Yeah, since you've said that, I'm pretty much just going to reveal it now. July 18th, the reason I'm hyping up the day and everything, I more or less try to keep some of that, most of that stuff private, but I think at least talking about the birthday and everything, if I don't truly, it's about revealing it to the wrong people, I feel. I'm just going to say it now since, you've said that there. July 18th is my birthday, so that's why I'm hyping up that day, and after that day, I'm switching to daily uploads. Some of that stuff you want to keep private, and you definitely want to be careful on the internet because a lot of people can take advantage of that and use it to hurt you. Hi Slick, I haven't seen you in a long time. It's nice to see you back, man. I don't know if you've seen anything recent, like the Merle Gargiulio, the Frieza turning good, or anything on the channel that's been going on since the last time we spoke to each other. It could have been a couple streams or a couple videos. But in general, if you're caught up or need to get caught up on anything, do that now at your leisure or do it whenever you feel comfortable. I just figured that I'd tell you about like some of that stuff, give you a general idea. Or you can always just watch it back. Streams or whatever. It's up to you. I'm playing as Negan right now in Fortnite because it just came out. Once or twice a week. Oh, now I know why it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Because whenever I had all my other channels, I wanted this one to have a unique schedule. Especially whenever I started canceling all other channels, because this one was doing way better than any of them ever could. So, I think that's why I stuck to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But now that I don't have those channels anymore, I have a much more unique system. I've saved thousands of ideas. I think that more or less switching to daily uploads Sunday through Friday on July 18th, my birthday, is a great way to move 2025 to be a huge year. It's a great step in that direction and really shows that I wasn't lying. I mean, I don't know who would think that I was lying or anything. It's just to show that it's like, this is happening, using the kneecapper with Negan and then having Lucille with Negan, he has 2 bats. And I talked a huge bunch about Negan and Dead City Season 2 in my last stream about, you know, his taser bat, the fact that it could be the old Lucille that got burned, or maybe a totally identical one, because, you know, Brandon made the crappiest Lucille ever, but yet, and we never saw it again, but yet this Lucille, which could have been the Dama's gift to Negan, is very identical, and it's now a taser bat, and we're getting a bear, Maggie holding Lucille. They're hyping up Dead City Season 2, and Jeffrey Dean said it's ending with Season 3. Pain's more or less gone now, but like I said, it flares up every now and again. So when it does, I just know to get an ice pack or to bear through it until it's over, which is generally more annoying. But I wouldn't be doing a stream if it got to me that badly. Or if I did do a stream, it would be later in the day, and I have to go to bed early again for a 4-hour shift tomorrow, instead of an 8-hour shift. So that's definitely better, but you know, it's for more or less my own good. You guys know how life is. Now I gotta catch up on watching your videos. Hey, take your time, man. I'm definitely not gonna rush you. Especially if you're looking forward to the certain ones on the thing. I don't know which specific stories on the What If Merle Spurred Gargiulio list that you were looking forward to, but I do know that the one that opens with the What If The Rock Was in The Walking Dead, I don't know if you yet revealed which stories you were looking forward to on that one. And like I said, the fact that Negan and Lucille are in Fortnite is freaking amazing. When they showed Rick, Daryl, and Michonne in The Walking Dead, and Rick's freaking Walker Club, and the fact that the kneecapper is in this season, I knew they were going to put Negan and Lucille in Fortnite eventually. It was just a matter of time. Yeah, and TF, I'll talk to that guy that you were talking to me about after the stream. And it was also because the pain was really like, whenever, see, with my freaking tooth, or just in general, when I get a pain that's like so bad that I can barely think, it's hard to do things in the moment. So that's why more or less I'm going to wait until, that's why I wanted to wait until after the stream, so I didn't have too much to stress about. I could have dealt with it instantaneously right there, but one, I wanted to deal with the stream right here and now, because I like to deal with certain things first, and also, I just hate whenever, I got a pain that's going on that, like, won't let up for a good minute, and it's, like, all that's on my mind. Yeah, I know what you're looking forward to, TF. You're mainly a Transformers guy, so what you're into, I can more or less tell. I've pretty much spoiled the order in which I'm doing my Transformers stories. It's going to be Dreadwing, and then I'm pretty sure I said Breakdown will be next, Sea Spray, Tailgate instead of Shockwave, and then I think I'm going to do Unicron and Unicron listening to Optimus, and Thunderwing in canon next. That's the order that I'm going to go in. If I said it differently in past streams, you can correct me, but more or less, I think I'm not too far off from the order I wanted to be in. I also have a very leaky freaking ice pack. This is the one that, you know, semi leaks a lot. So hopefully that's not too much of a bother. The other one I used last night, because the pain gets worse whenever I am laying down, so I have to holster up my pillows, and that's not enough. I literally need this ice pack, or it sucks. Man, my internet's picking like the worst time. I was thinking about doing the Unicron and Thundering ones first, because you got me kind of hyped up with the Thundering what if, but I want to keep to my order. So patience is key. Good thing I found another kneecapper. This one's about dead. Someone commented recently that it was the least likely what if idea. The what if Frieza turned good. But if you've watched people like Moscow X, Smugstick, Salad Saiyan, literally any what if YouTuber or find any source of media, literally everyone and their grandma has done a what if Frieza turned good, got reincarnated, replaced Goku, Unreal Gaming. I could go on. The list goes on and on. Technically, I already did do Tailgate. It was just 4 minutes of explanation about, like, hey, this would realistically happen if he survived. The only change, the only thing that's going on in my Tailgate story that's actually going to be a story, like I did with the John Wick one and John Wick and Daniel Salazar and everything, which I'm redoing, that whole thing, is the Tailgate one's going to be basically a rinse and repeat of that. He's going to replace Shockwave, and he's going to come back instead of Shockwave. And I'm not going to have... Tailgate would never kill Shockwave. So I think I'm going to have Shockwave just appear later on, and then maybe... I'm not going to have Tailgate join Shockwave, because I don't know yet what I'm going to do. It's complicated. Is that... Okay, I thought this was Negan. This guy really thought. He really thought. You're really going to shoot me right now. You're really going to shoot me right now. Alright, the pain is more or less subsided. Thank God for that. Why would you leave all this beautiful loot down here? Why? This dude left pretty much 17 of everything. Oh, frick. I need to go. Now. Yeah, the fact that Negan and Lucille are even in this game is freaking awesome. Oh, god dang it. Get in the dang car. Yeah? I gotta think real quick about the tailgate. I'm thinking, what if Tailgate returned instead of Shockwave, or what if he survived instead of Shockwave? But Shockwave is very durable. And unlike Starscream, who I count as dead, because remember, Robots in Disguise doesn't exist, as I discussed in my rant video, and as I will always tell you. So, I don't count Shockwave being dead, even though we didn't see him after he was like, would it not be more logical to employ your might elsewhere at this time, you know? So, I really don't count him as dead, because he was beaten up. He's been exploded. But I don't believe that he's dead. So, and I never will. So what that means is, I genuinely think that I shouldn't name it What If Tailgate Survived instead of Shockwave. I think I should do What If He Returned instead of Shockwave. And then maybe I'm not gonna I don't feel like I should leave him out. But at the same time, I can't have him return around the same time, because then it would defeat the entire purpose of the name of the story. So it's conflicting, you know? But I'll think about it, because that story's not going to happen for a minute. So it's just a waiting game at this point. Great, now I'm at low fuel. I'm in the top 5, and this is the first game of the stream. So maybe I'll win first game of the stream. Starting to get better and better at Fortnite again, because I'm playing it decent more. Drive the motherfucking car! Sorry. Got a little bit frustrated there for a second. Frick! 3rd place. Now, if Shockwave returned and Tailgate followed him, that would almost be like people insinuating, oh, he's with the Decepticons. That's too similar a premise to that. I know it's not exactly what you said, and it's nowhere close to that kind of concept. But to me, I gotta do something that makes Shockwave more of a background character, and Tailgate the prominent focus. Because the original analysis was and is the fact that Tailgate returns in the place of Shockwave. So what I'm trying to say is, more or less, sorry, I'm too busy thinking about other things. What I'm trying to say is, gonna try and aim for Shockwave to be more of a background character, and Tailgate returning, I feel like I should do it around the same time that I did with Shockwave, except not really. Okay, I'm going to reveal this right now. Tailgate is not going to return at the same time that Shockwave did. As a matter of fact, it's going to be pretty much a season earlier, if you get what I mean. Save Shockwave for Predacons Rising? What do you mean? Now I'm going to play as Joker. I got 3rd place, but I would have really rather won that game. Got about a half an hour, and then we're going to reveal who won this week's character figure vote. I thought about it, but it wouldn't make sense because Tailgate's not going to stay there that long if he returns, because the only reason that Shockwave did was because he was building Predaking as basically a revenge and return to Megatron. But Tailgate wouldn't have a reason for that. And honestly, I'm going to have Shockwave return later on in the story, or I'm going to put Tailgate at a completely different side of Cybertron. So let's say Shockwave's at one side, Tailgate's at another. So I could either just do it that way, or I could make Shockwave wake up later and start the research on Predaking later. Or maybe Tailgate knows about Shockwave or has a hunch and then enlists the help of the Autobots. I don't know yet. It's still a minute away. Well, you pretty much gave it away. Yeah, they got Sabrina Carpenter looking like a freaking Barbie doll. I have Ariana Grande and several different movie stars in Fortnite, but I'm not getting Sabrina Carpenter. I was thinking about it, but the fact they got her looking like freaking the lead actor or actress for Barbie, I forget her name. It's just ugly. Sabrina Carpenter shouldn't look like that. Not in the game. I get that was probably her look for one of her songs, but like for the game, you could have at least made her look somewhat presentable. 70th place with Joker, and I almost had that dude. Oh. The best way to do it, since I basically revealed it and you hit the nail right on the head, is for RC and Jack to basically find Tailgate, and then he reveals something about maybe running into another con, and then, like, well, RC was there for Shockwave and everything with Cliffjumper, and since I'm making Tailgate survive and be at the space bridge explosion, she would know about that. So they would both have the hunch that Shockwave might be alive from what Tailgate might be guessing whenever they do reunite. And then they just find Shockwave later on, or would maybe find him or see him around the time of the Omega lock. I might introduce Shockwave just a tiny bit sooner. I don't know. Gets his T-Cog removed? Where'd that come from? But that's all I'm going to say. Since you pretty much revealed it, I pretty much revealed it. That's all I'm really going to say. Because one, it's still a good minute away from me doing that story. And two, I don't really think about too much detail on a what if until I do it. You really thought. You really thought. Well, since I mean, maybe? I don't know yet. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know if that's what I'm going to do. Oh, frick you! Frickin' bunny rabbit looking frickin' pilgrim guy or what the frick ever. Yeah, maybe can I have some freaking shield or health, please? You know, that would be nice. Oh, great, and there's a guy in here. Fantastic. Fan-mother-frickin-tastic! Oh, double kill with one shot. That's how you frickin' do a kill. I've never had a double kill like that, I don't think. Yeah, I bet you both are salty now, huh? Maybe you shouldn't have been that motherfucking close to each other, huh? Yeah, go ahead. Okay. Trying to be a smart guy. You ain't getting away from me. Oh, frick! Got rid of him. Yeah, maybe you should have put me down for good when you started freaking shooting me. So how you guys been? Any what ifs or updates or anything like that, or just stuff in general you guys want to talk about? Or just stuff that we have been talking about? You want to talk about more? Something like that? What the frick? Oh, it's Hulk. What do you know? Joker versus Hulk. I'm pretty sure we know who would win that one. Nice. After this match, I'm going to show the winner for this week's character figure vote. Anybody else? Maybe Slick came back or anyone else joined the stream? Nice. That's at the very top of my Google Doc list. Android 8. I did like 7 different flips all at once. This dude seriously thinks he can get away from me. Now my freaking bat's broken? I can't promise when the Android 8 one will be done or worked on. Just know that it will get done. Just because something's at the top of my list, I go out of order with the stories that I find the most interesting to the ones that I think could be held off later. Sometimes I do it out of order, like, hey, sometimes I'll just do a generic one for you guys. But sometimes I like to really bring out, like, really good stories first. It's mix-mashed. Like the Garen one, enjoying the Nom one? That's cool. Nice. I also have a Hercule one, 2 Vegeta stories about Immortal and Super Saiyan Vegeta, and then my current one is What If Frieza Turned Good. And I think that's all my Dragon Ball stories so far. There are way more that are on the way. Son of a freaking frick. What'd you think was gonna happen, you fool? Yeah, just don't try to do it too much like me. in that order. TF, I know you do the doc, and I know you do similar ideas. Just don't make it too much like me. I want you to do your own thing. You be your own man. So that way you can grow as a YouTuber, and it's not like just taking notes from me, you know? I want you to grow. I want you to be your own what if man. Which you have been, pretty much. I'm just saying with the stuff that you have taken, not taken from me, but like taken in a way because of me. You know? More or less didn't know how to explain it there for a second. Oh, for frick's sake, man! Ninth place. I know. Alright, just give me one sec here. Same. I purposely make my stuff different on purpose. To show that I'm different than all those guys. Alright, now that we are pretty much at the hour mark, I'm going to show who won this week's character figure vote. Just give me a sec here. Because as of last stream, I figured out a way on Restream on my phone to show the actual pictures without having to turn my camera. Behold! Red Hulk has won with Wolverine for the third time. God, we're getting a lot of like 3-time second place champions. Wolverine for the third time getting second place, but Red Hulk is first place. And this is the picture that I'll be posting on the Discord, YouTube, and Patreon. And then the vote obviously goes up on YouTube. So yeah, Hulk's already won a vote. Now, Red Hulk, who is actually canon, has won his vote. And the picture will be for keepsakes, like all the others. I never get rid of those on my YouTube, my Discord, or my Patreon, because I want people to be able to save them, use them, keep them. I want people to be able to, you know, keep the awesome pictures that I make of them in my Omniverse, like my freaking pictures and everything. Because I make them pretty freaking good. I just haven't seen anyone with their save them yet. But who knows? Maybe they just have and I haven't seen or heard anything about it. But yeah, Red Hulk has won this one. You know, I'm going to switch between Fortnite and Minecraft, and then if anybody ever wants to recommend a game to play with them, or recommend a game that I could play with multiple subscribers, I will. But for now, I'm going to switch between Fortnite and Minecraft, see if anybody wants to play other than King Devin on Fortnite, and then possibly play with subscribers. I don't watch The Incredible Hulk because it's not really canon to the MCU. The way that I consider it, since they're also played by different actors, is that Hulk's only canon to the MCU by the time the Avengers movie comes, which is Mark Ruffalo's like, and the Hulk's like actual canon appearance. I mean, there's been subtle hints, especially after the Red Hulk freaking Brave New World movie, and the fact we're getting a actual few nods in movies of World War Hulk and everything like that. Um, but I just want more details before I end up doing something like that. They put Adventure Time in the item shop for Fortnite. I've watched bits and pieces and seen stuff plenty about Adventure Time. I just think that I'll end up buying it at one point just for Finn and Jake, maybe Marceline, but it would probably just be for Finn and Jake. So who's all here? Besides the few that have commented and then Slick and TF. Or is that really all that's here? What if Hulk Stayed on Earth is saved? Besides stuff we already talked about, anybody else who's joining? Um, and then the Red Hulk picture, and since he won the vote and everything. Besides all that, I'll be right back if you guys want to add anything extra, talk about stuff that's going on right now, projects, updates, vids, etc. And I'll be right back. I'm back. What if Thor stayed on Earth? What do you mean? I don't know what I'm going to do with Android 8 yet. All I know is that I'm probably just going to have him go on Goku with this journey after the general White arc. But I don't know yet. And I can't promise when I'm going to do that story, but if you stick around long enough and just watch all the other Dragon Ball and all the other stories, and depending on how long it takes you, or how long you want to stick around, if you stick around, it'll be worth it when I tackle him. Usman, Aga, we have Slick Devil, we have TF. Anybody else here? King Devon's maybe still Slick or something like that. We got Marceline over here from Adventure Time. We have Groot. What do you mean by what if Thor stayed on Earth? I don't know if you heard me respond to that comment or not. Yeah, he wasn't in Civil War. Oh. People have asked what if Thor and Hulk were in Civil War, and it would have been... There's a reason why they weren't. For one thing, it was to set up Ragnarok, and to have Hulk around for that. And because it was a movie about Thor's family, and his parents, and him, and etc. And for another, if they were around, Hela would have literally taken over Asgard, and then Hela and Thanos would have fought, and Hela would have won because being on Asgard makes her stronger, unless Surtur was somehow awoken. And then Hulk and Thor would have literally broken both teams of Avengers. It would have been a washout. It would have been too strong. So yeah, there's a reason why they weren't in Civil War. I have What If Omni-Man was in the MCU. Nice to see you, by the way, King Devin. Slick was here earlier. I don't think he's here anymore. Have you guys seen the updates, posts, and everything like that regarding what if YouTubers and all the stuff that I've posted recently? I don't want to go into too much detail, especially if you guys have seen it. You're dead. I believe I have that saved. Because I managed to find me a few of what if YouTubers and was recommended a few. One was Theo Hunt. He's done a few Walking Dead what if stories, and then Grand Captain Speedy Dash on the Discord was recommended to me by Blocky, and he does Dragon Ball ones. So, yeah. Omni-Man became Venom. Okay. I did not even think about that. Like I told TF and everybody else, once I'm done, I'm already on like 300 at this point, but once I'm done looking through all my ideas one last time and filtering and doing all that stuff, any idea that's on the dock and then going onward is staying on there for good. Because I'm doing one last filter to make sure that, like, when I do daily uploads July 18th, Sunday through Friday on my birthday, and start doing that system, that I'm ready to, like, start going all in, and all those ideas and everything are going to be staying and all that stuff. And it's not going to be that much of a bother because I have over frickin' 1,900 ideas saved. And the only reason that I only did Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is because I had other YouTube channels and I prioritized getting to where I am now much more back then, thinking this channel was just going to die like all the others. No, I'm not thinking that way anymore. I can actually... I did make a poll saying, oh, do you want me to do daily uploads? And you guys said no. But I think if I really want to go through with making this the best year overall and then onward doing that, the daily uploads is definitely, like, definitely proof of that, you know? It's a way to truly show that. Yeah, the fact that Negan and Lucille are in this game is freaking amazing. The frick? Yeah, it'd be like Sunday through Friday daily uploads. Starting July 18th. And then the next week after, and then onward. And then Saturdays are streams, and then rinse and repeat. Eminem? Really, Eminem? Yeah, nice try. I'll be right back. Am I still freaking hiding? Yes, I'm still freaking hiding. Okay. I forgot my dang glasses. Where's my mother freaking glasses? Oh. Okay. Oh my god. So yeah, King Devin, Red Hulk won this vote. And what else? Yeah, What If Frieza Turned Good should be fully uploaded with the movie by the beginning of June or the middle of it. You've already... Haven't we already touched upon this like 38 times, dude? Because we already talked about this like 38 times. Are they still doing this? And I'm sorry if I'm like so off. I am going through such unimaginable pain right now in my mouth because of my freaking top wisdom teeth. This one in particular is freaking infected, and it's just no, yeah. That's what I figured. I'm just like, really? Hey, Zeke. God, I hate when the pain flares up and it's like, oh, you want to talk to your fans and be in a good mood and be happy? Nope. You don't get to do that. I love life sometimes. And by love life sometimes, I mean I freaking dislike it. So what's going on with you, Zeke? You uploading, or what's going on with you? And then King Devin, if you wanted to know about anything else, yeah, Red Hulk won this character figure vote. Wolverine won for the third time in second place. We're starting to get a lot of three-time second place winners. And we've got some new additions to the Discord. And yeah, I plan to be done updating and going through my final check of my Google Doc by tonight, meaning any idea that goes on the doc from here on out is set. It's done. Like, any idea that I save from here on out on the doc is forever staying on the doc. So what you're calling what you would call what I'm doing right now is a final check, filter, organize, and completely thorough look of my Google Doc. Because it's 1900 ideas. So that's getting rid and organizing ideas that can be merged into one, ideas that were too silly to save and I never realized it, or ideas that just don't have the luster that they did when I saved them originally. So it depends. So now Hulk has won a vote, and Red Hulk has won a vote. So that's 2 Hulks. July 18th, if you guys have seen that post and that update, I'm just going to say this right now. It's my birthday. July 18th is my birthday. It's going to be a huge day, and it's the day that's going to start doing daily uploads. Well, the week after, because it's on a Friday. So then I'm going to have a huge thing planned for that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that Monday afterwards is when I'm going to start doing daily uploads. Monday through Friday. Saturdays are still streams. And then that following Sunday, Sunday through Monday, is going to be daily, or Sunday through Friday is going to be daily uploads from then on out. Saturday being the only day off, but that's for streams. So when you think about it, it's a day off, but it's not a day off. Because even though I'm going to be doing a huge, gigantic filter, which is granted to give me like, I'm at 1900 at right now on the doc. That's how many ideas are saved currently. So by the time I'm finally done, I'm talking go through every idea. I'm at 300 right now on the list. By the time I'm fully done, I am going to have probably, here's my estimate. You guys can always look and correct me at the time if I'm wrong. But I'm guessing that's going to put me at 1,600 and a half ideas, if not very close to 1,500 and a half. I'm guessing. So we'll see. We shall see. You guys can recommend me anything about Art the Clown. I've already saved a huge bunch because I've seen kill counts and reviews of Art the Clown with Terrifier. So I know plenty about it. It's just I want to start watching the movies. And oh, that's another thing. After I'm done here, I'm going to post the Red Hulk pic to my Discord, YouTube, and Patreon. And then I'm going to do the next poll. And then I'm going to create the Google Doc for all the franchises I wish to watch. And I'm going to link that along with my Google Doc for all my ideas. That's when I'm going to do the filtering and finish that. That should be done by tonight, but I do have to go to sleep early. So it could be very well have to be extended into tomorrow. But by the weekend's ending, it will be completely over. But yeah, the movies, I definitely plan to do what ifs on the movies because it's interesting. And it's freaking brutal, man. James A. Janice had to freaking censor so much on Dead Meat because the kills were so graphic. Like, oh my god. I can handle gore, graphic content, and graphic content, if you know what I mean. And I can handle stuff like that, but there are some things I can't handle. For one thing, I can't handle subjects that delve too deeply into a specific topic, like movies like Cabin Fever, Slither, or small little ones like that. I can't handle that. So, but I can handle gore. I can handle, um, you know, kills. I can handle specific stuff like that, but not everything. Nobody's perfect. Aren't the Clown and Pennywise fighting? I want to say that that's saved, but some part of me thinks it's not. Are you kidding me? He would massacre Chucky. It's not even a contest. Chucky was never pitted against anyone besides, what's the kid's name? The first kid in the movie. The first, Andy. The only one who could actually hurt and do true harm to him, who was like very good in killing, per se, was Andy. And even he wasn't a full-fledged, like, assassin or killer. That's like if you pitted Chucky against John Wick. It's no contest. Oh, no, you don't. Let's go. Gotta win. I gotta check the comments because I kind of missed some. Art the Clown Venom is saved. I'll save the Pennywise and Art the Clown fighting just because I feel like I didn't save it. I'm glad I freaking won a game before the stream was over. I already have a what if movie that I'm going to be doing with Art, Joker, and frickin' Pennywise. That's going to be epic. Touching upon all of them meeting, having a few fights, and then ultimately teaming up. It's going to be freaking epic. You guys are going to love when I do that. Art in The Walking Dead is saved. Art and Joker teaming up. I already have Art, Joker, and Pennywise teaming up in a movie. Art and the Clown fighting Megan? Yeah, Art would literally massacre Megan. Megan might be a fighter. Oh, you know what? Since Megan 2.0 is shown to be taller, stronger, and much better than the OG Megan, and the new trailer for Megan 2 coming out this year, you know what? I'll save that for you. Okay. But as for Chucky, Megan would beat... see, the only way that Chucky can do the mind swap and the changing of bodies is if he recites the incantation. Because to my knowledge, he can't really do it without swapping with the incantation. It's okay. Nice to see you for a little bit, Zeke. If Art kills one body, he can get in another. I'm not into, I forget what Ash Williams is in, but I'm not into what he's in. I have seen Evil Dead, but only the 2013 adaptation and then Evil Dead Rise. I get that they kind of coexist in a whole canon, but those were like... I'm into the old movies of like Friday the 13th, and I'm now getting into Leatherface since I saw, you know, the very graphic prequel 2017 seeing of how Leatherface became Leatherface. But movies like the only Nightmare on Elm Street film that I've seen is Freddy vs. Jason, because how can you not watch that? Let's be real here. Yeah, Ash was not in those two. But they are freaking... That's how you make horror movies right there, especially for the modern day. Friday the 13th, they were good, but I felt like the kills... I don't know. Leatherface fighting Art the Clown's already saved. Let me think. But I'm not into the Freddy movies, and I'm not into the Michael Myers movies, because people have heavily criticized Halloween Ends, which is the most recent movie, and the third one, which literally had nothing to do with it. It had nothing to do with the Halloween franchise. It was literally... It was a cash grab. Jason and Art fighting, that's already saved. But anyway, that's something I actually want to bring up. If you guys have seen the recent post that showed that big list,
of all the franchises I plan to look at. Oh, and that reminds me, I'm going to be doing this again along with the next poll and the post for after this stream of Red Hulk winning the vote. And I'm going to mention something relating to Hulk, obviously, because it's both Hulks that won the votes. I'm going to be making another post that shows the Google Doc that I'm going to be making for all the franchises I look into. And that list, like the one for all the what ifs that, like, I do, obviously, that list is going to continue to grow. And once I'm done with the franchise, it'll be just gotten rid of. And you will see rewatches there, but at some point, I'm not going to be putting them on the list anymore for rewatches because they will defeat the entire purpose. Because at some point, I'm going to run out of ideas. You know, Megan fighting Cujo's already saved. At some point, rewatching stories and rewatching franchises is going to lose its luster. Because you can only watch a franchise for so long before the amount of what ifs you're able to get from them fall short. I could watch Dragon Ball, Marvel, Transformers until I'm blue in the face. But unless I come up with what ifs for them, I'm just watching them just for fun. Which is absolutely no problem of mine because I did it all my life before I started on the Omniverse of Nick. But I'm just telling you guys, that's the way that it's going to be. So, I'm just going to say this now before I actually make the post and everything. If you guys have any what ifs from that giant list that I made of all franchises I plan to look into, if you guys need a reminder, you can always look back when I make the post after the stream. You guys have any what ifs recommended for those, you can recommend them here or anywhere else. It doesn't matter. Patreon, anything like that. And I'm slowly but surely going to start building up the Patreon more and like talking about it more, because I've seen other people be like, whenever they make like, if you've seen people like Space P, who is a sprite animator, now this isn't a heavy thing for me to do, but since it's going to be my main source of income, I got to try and like work more on it and like put more effort into it, so that way when I do gain a bigger audience, I can actually like confidently show that I want people to go ahead and support it. So it's not just me being like, hey, I need this for a source of income, can you guys please support it? Because that just feels jerkish, especially from all you guys have done for my channel and how much you've put into helping me with the channel so far. It would feel wrong just to ask you guys to support it just because. Whereas everything else, there's a rhyme and reason. So if you guys have any what ifs regarding all those, please feel free. And if you guys need a reminder, I will be putting that Google Doc into play and on the posts after I do everything else after the stream. And then if you guys have any what if people that you want to recommend me besides the ones that I mentioned that I found and were recommended, or just ones that you might have found, you're free to do that also. And then I think that's all for my recent announcements. Oh, one more thing. The channels UGN Kaz, my best friend, the Omniversal Duo, which is me and his channel, the only surviving channel left from all those millions of channels. My brother, Damon, the Lone Knight, he started a YouTube channel, and he's done a Eevee review, the Pokemon, and a Shockwave review of him in Transformers. He has a YouTube channel, about 8 subscribers, and those 2 videos. And then TF Motion Freak, obviously King Devin, for those who are here and don't know about them. Go check all those channels out. And check out all these other What If YouTubers. My subscriptions are linked on my homepage, so you guys can check them out. And I linked their channels all across my channel and my Omniverse. And I really hope you guys like my mascot, Omni. And I've been using him for context and arrangement on this channel a lot more. I love it. Damon actually recommended that I do it based off of a YouTuber named Danny Moda, who does reviews and just funny freaking stuff. And I was like, maybe I should do this. And it really got me interested in making a channel mascot. So I figured, why not name him Omni for the Omniverse of Nick? I wanted to check him out. Sometimes I don't check out the guy because of what he does, how he makes it, what he sounds like, and like how long it takes for him, her, or whatever to make videos. See, here's the thing with me. I choose who I watch very carefully so that I can actually enjoy the stuff that said person brings to the table. I want to be able to enjoy the stuff that I watch from said person. You get what I'm saying? Who's shooting at me? There you are. Spider-Gwen? Come on! Oh, you stopped shooting, huh? You realized you were losing, huh? What if I was in Megan, Cujo, and Child's Play? I've put myself in a lot of things, and like I said, they're never more than just brief analysis videos, but sure. Just give me one quick second. And hopefully you guys got all of what I just said, and I don't have to repeat myself or anything like that. Because sometimes I think I yab too much, and people don't understand what I'm saying. Because I'm like yapping. But then again, like I said, if you guys are here, you're used to my voice by now. Let's be real. Let's keep it 100. Also, I showed TF this because he was the only one here. I have a Rock shirt for those WWE fans and people who obviously know The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Know your role and shut your mouth, because it was one of his main sayings in the WWE. What if Nick was in... Oh, come on! Are we really going to do this right now, computer? You work and then you want to. And then you work and then you don't want to. And then you're stupid. Because technology, people! Don't we just love technology? Makes you want to frickin' break something, huh? I got a lot to do. And if I want to do daily stuff Sunday through Friday, that means that how much I think ahead, work ahead, and plan ahead, this is right up my alley. So if anything, people might ask me, how are you able to balance your real life and work along with being so ahead on YouTube? It just comes naturally. I am very high functioning, so it's actually right up my alley. Granted, sometimes it can be stressful because I'm not able to get it done because of how fast I try to make it work, but it pretty much is so up my alley that it doesn't matter. I'm able to get it done. And I will fight pain. I will fight through sickness. I will do anything to make this my life. Especially for the people who actually freaking enjoy my crap and are willing to stick around. Those are the people that I want to give the full benefit of the doubt that this is what will define me for the future. That's why I'm putting so much work, time, and effort into this. I don't know how much of what I said you guys read or saw or anything like that, so that's why I'm more or less going to give you guys a second to think through all that. But yeah, I'm giving people the benefit of the doubt that this is what I'm working for. Oh, come on! Do you gotta be that guy? You really gotta be that guy. I'll try looking at Pickled Dill again to see if my opinion has changed, because it hasn't been that long. But I don't know. You've got to be kidding me. Did he follow me? Or was that another dude? Jesus Christ. If I die here, I'm going to be annoyed. I was right there. I was right at the gas station, too. All right. Let's do a little test. Out of all... before I do that, I did look at... Okay, come on. Can you get rid of the marker, please? Oh my god, I can't get rid of the marker. Out of all of what I just said, for those of you who didn't respond or didn't get a chance to or weren't here or whatever, who is your guys's... Now, this is not to draw a sword with any other what-if YouTuber or anything. Who is your guys's favorite what-if YouTuber? Me included. I would say me not included, but I am a freaking growing what-if YouTuber, so to not include me, I feel would be dishonorable towards me. Towards me dishonoring myself. Beep, beep. Now that could be people, that could be what-if YouTubers you know of, took interest in, seen your stuff, are very favorites. It literally means anything. Who's your guys' favorite what-if YouTuber? Okay. Moscow X, yeah. Moscow X is very talented, but I feel ever since, like, having a kid, even before that, he's just had less time to do stuff. And even before that, he held off on and still does on a lot of stories. That's the only thing keeping him from being perfect. Not to say perfect, but like from being one of the best. Exactly, when he completes a story. Me, completing stuff just comes naturally. Live fast, think fast, act fast. That's what I say. That's what I always say. You guys know that. I'm in his stream? Aw, thank you. I mean, I did get you into What If, so. Legendary Grimlock. See, I wanted to get into Pickled Dill, and Legendary Grimlock, I was having second thoughts about really looking into his stuff, and I do think that he puts a little too much fan-made lore into his videos, but he does do a really good job with mostly all of his stuff, and I have taken interest in plenty of his things, and he has taken interest in mine, so honestly, there's not too much to dislike about the dude, you know? It's just, he could do a little, let me just say this right now. To everyone out there listening, to every What If YouTuber, to every person, you can always do more. There's always room for improvement. You can always do more, always. It doesn't matter if you're small or big. It doesn't matter if you're famous or not. You can always achieve, do, accomplish, and complete more. There's always more to be done. Some people give up. Some people don't see a rhyme or reason behind it. That's not it. You always can do more. Oh, no, you don't. Really? 6th place. Frick. I'm going to extend the stream because I was like out of it. I was out of it and out of energy for half the stream. So I'm going to extend it a bit extra for you guys. But thank you. I appreciate that. I just like to keep my what ifs more grounded. I don't like to go crazy with characters. And that's fine. The only, see, in my, King Devin can say this more or less because he's like the real, besides Slick Devil, the Dragon Ball fan here. But I don't introduce characters or go too much fan-made into stuff unless the story directly correlates with the character. For example, if I go into, let's say, I don't know, Cliff Jumper, for example, I won't do a huge amount. I'm going to go fan-made with him to stuff that might correlate. For example, him knowing about Orion Pax. In other Transformers media, he knew Orion Pax, so I made it happen. And I also, in my Skyquake story, showed that he was on Earth for a long time, so he would know about the Scraplets. I don't go fan-made unless the story absolutely calls for it. Because you need to think. What does the story call for? Who's going to be watching? What will people expect? While putting in stuff for yourself. Because you should put yourself last while also putting yourself first, if that makes sense. think about the audience, but ground it to a level where you know it makes sense. These are the questions. These are things that that's what keeps me grounded from everybody else. Every what if, there is one guy called What If. He literally has, like, I consider Carthu Dojo to be the best what if YouTuber. But there are people like, I think Nerd of the Rings, or this one guy, his name's literally just What If, and he does like, what if you blew up in 2,000 years? He is way too silly and goes like way overboard with almost all of his ideas, so he doesn't really interest me. And he does mainly real life what ifs. And then you have these AI generated channels with real life what ifs that, like, I want to listen to someone actually, like, come forward and talk. And yeah, I get it. Nobody's voice is going to be perfect. And that's what almost throws me off of Pickle Dill podcast. But it's the way that with me, how I talk to my audience. You saw, for those of you who've been around me for the longest time, King Devin, when I started, I did not put nearly enough effort into when I started these what if ideas. I was a massive what if person and still am. But there's a difference between being a what if massive person and showing your skill as a massive what if person. So, like, it's all about the tone in your voice and the way that you carry it throughout the video. The details that you show, the pictures, the story, the characters. That's what differs me from other people, is that I'm willing to look into the ideas that no one is. And this what if guy, true, he's looking into stuff that even I never thought to look into. But there's a difference between looking into stuff that no one will look into and looking into stuff that literally no person should think about looking into. Stuff that doesn't make sense, or is too silly, or is just literally beyond the realm of what if. And what's a different word for what if? It's like mixed with oh yeah, literally lunatic-like idea. I don't really know another word to describe it. It basically is like, it defies the rules and logic of a what if idea, you know? It goes from making sense as a what if to not making sense at all as an idea. That's what that guy is. Like I said, you got to appeal not just to an audience, but you got to appeal to yourself. Because, yeah, you can look at 300 people saying that, oh, this is the greatest idea that's ever been a thing. But deep in the back of your mind, you know that it likely could use some improvement, right? That's why you got to make the idea appeal to yourself as well as everybody else. Because, yeah, Timmy over here could tell me, oh, this is the greatest idea ever, and you should do more ideas like this. But sometimes people will also say that to pity how bad it really is. Especially, now, I'm not saying you should take all the comments that you get to heart. Definitely not. And I'm not saying that you can't also accept the comments that do give you great reviews. But I'm just saying to appeal to yourself as well as others. These are the steps you gotta take for more or less people who want to become what if YouTubers and the people who are what if YouTubers. This TF, this is for you too. This is need to know information. You know what I'm saying? What in the frick is your deal, man? What the frick was that? I don't know what that was, but that was a very concerning noise. Now let me think. So yeah, by tonight or by the end of tomorrow, whatever ideas you look at on my Google Doc with all the what if ideas will be the last ideas, or the ideas that stay forever on my Google Doc from here on out. Obviously, new ones will be added. But yeah, that's the plan. And then I'll be creating the new Google Doc. You know what the funny thing is? I never used Google Doc since probably middle school. Freaking middle school. And that was freaking, I think at this point it's probably been like, I've been out for like 4 years almost. So roughly, I mean, not out of middle school, but just school in general. I've been out for 4 years. So almost. So middle school, that would make almost 10 years. Since I've used Google Doc, and that was rare. I have barely ever used Google Doc in my life. So using it now for YouTube is something I thought that I would never do. And now I already have a huge doc with over 2,000. Well, it was over 2,000. Now it's just almost 2,000. Because I have to filter. Because granted, I plan to be on this platform for the next 30 years. If all definitely goes well, which I really hope it does. I want to be on this platform for the next 30 years. I want to be able to retire with this career. My point is that I never used Google Doc until really getting on YouTube. So using it now for YouTube is something I thought I'd never do. And now using it for 2 Google Docs, one for all these bunches and bunches and continue to be bunches of ideas, along with the fact that I'm using a smaller one for movies and shows that I'm going to be looking into. Keep in mind, remember, I'm going to be saving games and books to that list. When I'm finally done getting every single movie and show out there that I want to watch on my channel, games and books are my next target. And then once that's done, I'm never saving another idea ever again. Granted, in 30 years, they're definitely going to make more movies and shows that I save. But once the list narrows down, it'll become so small that, and I'll have worked so hard and fast that it won't even be like that much to save anymore on my thing. I'm so far ahead at this point that I've surprised even myself with how fast I go. So when we take the whole Sunday, Friday daily upload thing on my birthday into account, it's really like up my alley. So I'm excited. Yeah, I've gotten people saying stuff, you should do it. If he remained with Mech, I honestly want to do something like they actually remain partners, you know? And then Mech or Silas uses Nemesis to cope with Starscream's existence. Same with Arachnid. Spoiler alert. Oh, guys. So you guys know how I said at the very, 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 very end, the Walking Dead Carsverse and the huge Omniverse when I retire would finally come together, and I would do a huge memorial picture and memoir to my entire channel, and then I would do a huge monologue or something. I just thought of a better way to do it. My channel mascot, Omni. He can close the channel forever. Man, I should be thanking my brother Damon even more. He not only got me into channel mascots, he literally just gave me the idea to define when I do retire. Oh my god. See, this is why it's a good thing to have family. Really? Really? You're just strolling along the tracks like it's no one's dang business, huh? Huh? You'd really hit a girl? I say girl because I'm playing as Ariana Grande. At least I won a game so far in this stream, and I only got 40th place or 70th place once, so I haven't been doing bad. I have not been doing bad at all. So yeah, definitely be on the posts, on the Discord, on the Patreon, on the YouTube by the end of the stream. When I make all those bunches of posts and everything, because you'll definitely want to be around for them. Excuse me? Are you freaking high right now, dude? This guy keeps freaking rifting. He's not letting me pick up any of this cool freaking stuff. Yeah, I'm really excited for the future of the channel. The future of my Omniverse. So I talked to my brother and said, since me and Kaz still have our channel, the Omniversal Duo, which used to be the Epic and then the Dynamic and then the Red and Black clan, because that's our favorite colors, why don't me and you make a channel? I said that to him. But then I realized that he's on this channel so much that, like, I feel like that's enough. Because if I created a third YouTube channel with me and him, I don't know. It just, I feel that what me and him do whenever he is on this channel, especially when he becomes more active on this channel and is around me more, that's enough, you know? Freaking A! Don't kill me. I'm a woman. You can't do that. I'm Ariana Grande. You wouldn't kill Ariana Grande, would you? Why would anybody want to kill Ariana Grande? Like, give me one reason why anyone would have beef with Ariana Grande. I can't think of a one. Oh, come on with the shooting. What do you mean, hopefully people don't record me? What, talking about Ariana Grande? Why would people be recording me? I'm complimenting her. Well, people can believe whatever malarkey they want to. Here's something you gotta learn. Some people are just morons. It's best to treat them like morons. Let them know how it be. And other times, it's just best to keep your mouth shut. Well, I'm about to end the stream right now after this game. So, I'm literally about done with this game. There's like 6 people left. I just wanted to extend it a bit over because I was out of it for the first frickin' half of the stream. Bruh. Yeah, I don't think so. Closest you ever get to that is your Nemesis Prime story, and I honestly don't think I'm going to redo your concept like that. Closest you're going to get is the entity completing his mission, and even that's like, eh. If I do something like that, it's going to be way different. Like some of our other similar concepts. 4 people left, and then I'm done with the stream. I mean, 4 people in the game, not here. I don't know how many people are actually here, because sometimes the numbers lie to you. Yeah, come out and freaking play! Huh? Come on and play! Yeah, screwed at this point. Did you speak up? This is bullfrick! You know what I hate? You know what I hate more than anything in the freaking whole wide world? It's whenever you get third-partied, whenever you're freaking trying to beat a dude. It's like, oh, I'm gonna win. No, you're not, because you're getting third-partied by a freaking Batman skin or some bull freaking crap like that. I was gonna say Australian, but I'm like, whoa, that is way too far. You don't have to go. You don't have to be rude to the Australians. It's a good thing I caught myself there. See, even when you're angry, you gotta learn how to balance your anger. It's all about balance. Oh, come the mother frickety flip flop from the biscuit. This is bullfrick! I hate getting third party. Let me tell you guys a story, all right? If you get third partied, what do? You run. Now, that's not really a story as much as it is like advice. This is bullfrick! I dare you third party me. I mother frickin' dare you. Do it again. Do it. Frick. Frick. You're just hiding out there, huh? You're hiding out there, huh? Yeah. The dude's wearing a cone on his head. Like, dude, really? I just got eliminated with a freaking skin with a cone on his head. At least it wasn't a Juice World skin, because oh my god, I would have went, I would have went crazy if that was a Juice World skin. Because let me tell you guys a story. All right, ever since the middle of chapter 5, I have been repeatedly freaking killed by Juice World. Like, dude, we get it. Juice World is maybe a popular dude. Like, he's a popular skin. That doesn't mean everybody and their grandma's got to be go flexing their skin and wearing a Juice World. Chill. I wish I would have had this energy at the beginning of the stream. Like, let me tell you. This is what I like about gaming, and this is why I actually like coming on here and doing YouTube. I get to do the 3 best things that I'm good at and the most things that I like. I get to game, I get to talk, and I get to talk about what ifs. So really, the last 2 are me talking, but you guys get what I mean. Anyway, we're gonna end the stream here. Now, If you guys haven't seen updates, Discord, Patreon supported, vids, the stream, anything like that, catch up now. Because after the stream here, I'm going to be posting the picture for Red Hulk all across the socials, the next poll, the Google Doc link for the franchises after I create it, and then finish up filtering and chilling out and doing all that stuff. I won't be back to gaming again on the Discord until tomorrow because I really want to try and filter and get that done tonight. I'm going to try. No promises. And then the Frieza story, I'll be continuing with that until beginning of June, near the middle, very close to the middle. I'm not saying the middle because I don't think it will be. And if you guys have anything, any questions, anything like that you want to say before I do any of that stuff, after I'm done with the stream, feel free to comment anywhere while I do that or during it or anything like that. And stick around for after the stream when I do all that. And then onwards for anything you guys want to add, check out, so on and so forth. Thank you guys for commenting requests here for the stream. And remember, I switch between Fortnite and Minecraft for now. And if there's any video games that you guys want to play with me that I might possess or maybe will get in the future, and you guys want to play with Nick here on video games and have that, good time me playing with subscribers, feel free to recommend games and stuff in the comments section as well. With all that said, I will see you guys in a minute with a bunch of stuff. And next week for the next stream. And yeah, all that stuff. I'll see you guys later. Yes, I will remember that, by the way. I'll do that instantaneously before I do all that stuff so I can get it out of the way, TF. With all that said, I'll see you guys later.